day is done and the house settles in, there's only one thing left to do. Pull up a chair, dim the glow, and welcome the dark. You are now tuned into the quiet sound of It Reads at Night.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another cold, frigid episode of It Reads at Night. We're starting to slightly have regrets and concerns for the winter time as we are entering and reading scary stories at night. But we are here nonetheless. It was raining. It was snowing, allegedly. It's real cold tonight. And what's the temperature, actually?
I just checked. It is 32 degrees.
32
It's supposed to start snowing here in a few minutes.
Literally freezing right now. But we're here. You know, it was raining and snowing, sleeting, all the above. And we're here. We got the easy up around us. We still got the fire going. We're gonna keep on chugging along because no matter what happens, we're gonna read some spooky stories.
No matter what happens, we're gonna service you, the viewer.
Yeah, we live to please you. And thank you for sitting in with us tonight and watching us freeze to death. There is no guarantee we will survive this episode because this is a rather longer story compared to our last two, which were the Gristers was our last episode. That was a fun one. But today, I think we got ourselves a little heavy hitter.
Yeah.
We got this little story here. It's called There's Drumming in the Clouds. And There's Drumming in the Clouds is a little story written by someone named Pitiful Scream 97. Don't know much about him. Apparently he writes really good stuff. He or she or whatever their identity is. I'm not too sure. I don't know anything about this person.
Yeah.
Besides the writing is apparently awesome. This is a big time heavy hitter news story that's come out recently in the last few months. So I'll give you a little synopsis here. For anyone just sitting in with us. So, the story, according to the editor. According to that being, this story is about a bizarre, massive, dark formation which appears over the North Atlantic, initiating a terrifying event signaled by a relentless, rhythmic thump sound.
Nice. It's your fucking mom.
Yeah, it's your mom. Boom. Spoiler alert.
Boom. Spoiler, it was your fucking mom the whole time.
Yep. Gross. Ew.
That's pretty gross. All right, moving on.
Yeah, good lord. Anyway, next story. So I love that synopsis. I love kind of that eerie, like global catastrophe type stuff. Yeah. Where it's like, it says this thump or whatever is felt around the globe. I'm
cosmic horror, Krakatoa type thing.
Yeah, it's given SCP vibes, given all sorts of, it's kind of sci-fi.
Yes.
Feelings. I'm excited to read this thing. It's a little bit longer, so thank you for tuning in and sticking around. And make sure to go support the author here, Pitiful Scream 97 again. That seems to be their name on everything, which includes Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and creepypasta.com. Look at me. I said Twitter. I'm a fucking unk. X. Yeah, X. I've never had Twitter or X, so yeah. I'm way behind on that one. So yeah, it's cold as hell, but we're here to... Maybe this spooky story will warm us up with fright.
Maybe it was the friends you make along the way.
I don't think it's supposed to go there. I think you used that wrong, maybe, but fuck. I don't know. All right, so ready to get into it?
Dive in, yeah.
Let's dive on in.
I'm super excited. This looks incredible. I read some of the comments before.
It's got high
people
praise.
Are super excited. So.
Yes, this seems right up our alley. We love sci-fi, spooky stuff, SCP, all that cosmic horror type stuff. We are here for it. Right before we get into the story, just want to say, if you're listening and you like this, and you enjoy watching us suffer in the weather and the elements, just all we can really ask of you right now, this is episode 3, is to just watch, like, maybe, share it with your friends, and that's about it. We don't have anything else for you. Just stick around. We appreciate you being here. But without further ado, we are going to go ahead and jump into this story here.
Prepare for scares. Enjoy the story if you dare.
There's drumming in the clouds. The photograph arrived without explanation. It showed some kind of mass, dark gray and pulsating. It was hovering far above the North Atlantic. It resembled a cyclone, but there was no eye of this storm, no rotation, just layers, like folds of gauze stacked and suspended. The sky around it was eerily clear. That was the first impossibility. Dr. Myrid, oh God. What's the jury on that? The Myrid?
Myrid's cool.
Let's do Myrid. Dr. Myrid Finn saw the image at 6:32 a.m. It was forwarded to her personal account from an encrypted ministry server. The subject line read only,
"Come in immediately."
Dr. Finn arrived at the North Strand Climate Monitoring Facility before sunrise. The conference room was already full, unusual for a Wednesday. Technicians, military liaisons, 2 senior meteorologists, and a man from the Department of Anomalous Phenomena, a department that, officially, didn't exist. No one spoke for the first 10 minutes. They just stared at the image projected on the main wall, a still frame from a weather satellite feed.
I've never seen a static formation at that altitude before,
Mayrid said. Her eyes locked on the impossible image.
How high is this exactly? 68 kilometers.
One of the technicians said, adjusting his glasses. She blinked.
Mesosphere. Correct. This doesn't make any sense.
She murmured to herself, irritated by confusion. One of the meteorologists stood.
It's your job to make this... Oh, fuck.
All right, let's go back to that. One of the meteorologists stood.
It's your job to make sense of this, Dr. Finn. When was it first reported?
She responded, ignoring the man's tone.
It's been there for 6 hours. It just showed up.
The military liaison cleared his throat.
Spotted by a satellite over the Atlantic. Cross-checked by a second pass. We thought it might be weapon debris. It's not. Civil flights are already diverted. Maritime routes too.
On the monitors, numbers scrolled. Temperatures, wind speeds, strange depth readings. The mass wasn't moving. Winds tore at it hundreds of kilometers per hour, but it didn't rotate, didn't shear, just remained impossibly still.
It's not a weather event.
The meteorologist declared with a shaky voice and worry in his eyes.
Then what is it?
Asked the liaison. No one had an answer. By noon, the world had seen it. Footage taken by a commercial pilot had gone viral. A band of dark mist stretching from horizon to horizon, bloated and heavy, blotting out the sun. It covered a region roughly the size of North America, and it appeared to be growing. The shadow the cloud cast was immeasurable. On a clear day, the light would dim like a solar eclipse. The sky turned a dull gray. Shadows vanished, and birds fell silent. Some areas experienced perpetual dusk, the night imposing in its darkness. People on the ground began reporting changes, strange static humming in their teeth, tension headaches, and a persistent low pressure in the ears. Online forums exploded. #TheCloud trended within the hour. Dr. Finn kept working. She had trained herself to remain clinical, methodical. Still, she couldn't shake the feeling that the air in the lab had gone stale. Something was very wrong, and not a single thinking brain on the planet could provide answers to the impossible situation. At exactly 9:43 p.m. GMT, the first sound was recorded. A low-frequency thump-thump, deep and distant. Then another, 2 hours apart. Then again. And again.
Thunder?
Someone offered. But the radar was clear. Not a single weather system for 1,000 kilometers. The thump came again, only minutes apart. Myrid sat perfectly still, headset on, watching the sound wave roll across the monitor. It wasn't thunder. It wasn't seismic. It was airborne, high above our heads,
Jesus.
whispered a young intern nearby.
It's coming from inside the cloud.
By midnight, it had settled into a rhythm, a slow, deep drumming sound. Thump, 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 thump. Regular, relentless, as though something far, far above was knocking from the other side of the sky. Huh.
How are we going to do this? Good time to break.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll read that and then you just stick to like the quotes.
Check this out. Project Cerberus Vale.
Oh,
Field journal. Entry.
all right. You could do that if you want.
Could you imagine?
Wow.
This is reading like a regular story, but now it's getting broken up into, it kind of looks like SCP field journal style.
Yeah, now we're.
I mean, it says field journal, but
there's been a format switch almost.
yeah. So
It was kind of like a, what is that called at the very beginning of something? Like a
it's got like a header. It's
index or summary, executive summary.
Yeah. Well, it just changed format, so
Yeah.
how are we going to do... if you just read it.
I'll read everything that's not in quotes. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
But you liking it so far?
This is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
super excited.
Right up our alley.
Yeah, this
dude.
is written really well.
Yeah, it's well written. I like the just the creepy imagery of it. I like the global scale. It's not. Sometimes that can be a little hammed up when it's like the entire world, but so far it's doing a good job with it.
I also like that it's not kind of like how the SCP stuff. It's like world-ending cataclysm, but the public has no idea. This is like it's trending online and stuff.
Yeah,
so
because a lot of times that would be the case, you know.
yeah, that's what would actually happen for the most part, unless it's like I don't know what's that movie called, The Gorge. Anya Taylor-Joy and the fucking kid from Whiplash.
Miles Teller.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Let's
Fuck
go.
that guy. Yeah, I hate you.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
he's
all right. Whatever. Yeah, who cares? Okay. Yeah, let's go back to the story. So, there's drumming as we've established. There's some kind of big old storm, but not a storm.
Drumming in the clouds.
And it's creating a rhythmic thump. Kind of reminds me of like signals from space, you know, like the WOW signal or whatever.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I don't know. Great. What is that? Cerberus?
Yeah.
Project Cerberus Vale. Field journal entry. Dr. Mybert Finn, lead meteorologist. Classified level Omega. Day 1, 11:42 p.m. GMT. The cloud remains stationary. Its scale is beyond measurement. Its thick fog goes far beyond our atmosphere. The sound began tonight. Regular pulses, low frequency, origin unknown but triangulated within the formation. The collection of all data is incomplete at this time. Personal note. It is not weather. It is not man-made. We don't know what this is. Phase 2. The sound of God. By morning, the drumming was heard across the entire northern hemisphere. It was no longer limited to the monitoring stations. People across Europe, the eastern United States, parts of Western Africa, and even as far as Argentina reported hearing it. Not just through the air, but through their bodies. In the base of the skull, the hollows of the chest or behind the eyes, the sound was felt just as much as it was heard. Entire cities reported the vibrations. Hospitals began to fill, not from injury, but from confusion. Migraines, tinnitus, bleeding noses. Some people began to lose their minds, tormented by a sound they couldn't escape. Others seemed unfazed by the strange phenomenon. A woman in Bordeaux began convulsing and screamed.
I hear it! I hear it! I hear it!
Before falling unconscious. At 1:06 a.m. GMT, Dr. Finn watched from the roof of the North Strand facility as the light changed again. Not dimmer, not quite. She struggled to name it. Shadows had lost their edges. Buildings looked slightly flattened. Colors were muted, like the world had been submerged in water. She raised her hand and stared at her palm. Veins like rivers on a map. Her skin was paler than before. The hairs on her arms stood up.
Real quick,
Yeah.
do you remember the solar eclipse?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the highlights of my life, I would say, because
Yeah.
I had such a good experience with it.
We're in like the path near totality for one of these solar eclipses. And the way that it just says, where is it? Shadows had lost their edges. Buildings looked slightly flattened. Yeah.
I remember that, like, specific thing happening. Like, that visual.
The double shadow
Abnormality thing, yeah.
It was so weird. And things looked flat and
Yeah.
like video gamey. It was super weird.
Yeah, it's weird when things in real life, like, lose shadows and, like, things you're just so used to without even noticing.
There's like pictures of like the sun being like, directly at noon, like right above. And then
Yeah.
like somebody takes a picture and it looks like it's from a game,
Yeah.
like an old game,
Yeah, it was so weird, man. It was, if you ever have the chance to see a solar eclipse, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime thing, man.
Things, it just gets really weird. And that
So weird.
it's kind of cool to like be able to, obviously this is fiction, but that's what this is like. The animals are kind of freaking out.
Yeah.
Things don't look normal.
I was gonna say, like, this whole story so far has been really playing into like things people have experienced, and I think it's pulling from that kind of like the solar eclipse kind of visual phenomenon stuff, and then also like the visceral responses people are having where they like feel the thumps within them.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of like Havana sickness and the direct energy weapons and all that.
Dude.
That whole
Don't even get me started on
neck of the
direct energy
woods.
weapons.
Yeah. But did you ever watch Leave the World Behind?
No.
That was a decent movie, I think. It was pretty good. It was kind of about like a modern day apocalypse, and there was similar things. There were like direct energy weapons being used on people. It's kind of giving me that vibe.
Wait, direct energy weapons like beam from like a satellite, like what people think happened in Hawaii, or like
Yeah, like
sound, those sound machine, like Stranger Things.
I think I think it's whatever is convenient for the story. I don't think there's
yeah.
Hello? I think I'm activating Siri. Shut up! You don't know me. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. But shall we continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hair, the hairs on her arms stood up.
The drumming continued.
Dr. Finn?
The man from the Department of Anomalous Phenomena pushed through the steel door behind her.
My name is Jonas, ma'am, and I've been meaning to speak with you.
He paused beside her, eyes turned upward to the dreadful cloud. It swallowed the entire skyline, hiding stars and moon alike.
Quite the view.
He murmured.
What can I do for you, Jonas?
She asked, her tone clipped, unwilling to indulge small talk.
You know who I work for?
She nodded once, offering him a cigarette from a near-empty pack.
No thanks. I quit. Fresh air for me.
He laughed awkwardly as Dr. Finn lit her smoke.
They're relocating me.
He said.
Opposite side of the world. A counterpart facility in the southern hemisphere. They want simultaneous readings. Mirrored data sets. Honestly, feels like I'm being moved out of a blast zone.
He paused for a moment.
If this thing is global, if it keeps growing, we don't know if it behaves the same way everywhere. Otherwise, we're flying blind.
Finn studied him, the shadows across his face blurred and trembling in the wrong light.
So you'll be chasing it to the other horizon? Something like that.
He gave a thin smile, but his eyes stayed locked on the sky.
I'll send you everything I find. Maybe between the two of us, we'll make sense of this.
Her gaze lingered on him a moment longer than she intended. Then she looked back to the cloud.
Maybe.
The drumming echoed, low, cavernous, endless. Thump, 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 thump. Neither of them spoke after that. The emergency broadcast systems went live just after noon. News anchors read pre-written statements. No questions, no speculation.
Authorities are aware of atmospheric oh, fuck.
He almost...
They read so fast.
I know.
I was trying to... Are aware of the atmospheric anomaly. Or I'm going to try that again.
Go for it.
Authorities are aware of the atmospheric anomaly currently positioned over the Atlantic. Remain indoors. Limit direct observation of the phenomenon. Further information will be provided when available.
The feed cuts off after 90 seconds. Black screens revealed the concerned reactions of the population. Social media boiled over with conspiracy, prophecy, and fear. A viral clip from New York showed commuters frozen in the middle of an intersection, all exiting their vehicles, all staring up at once, dozens of them, like they'd heard a voice. Then some began to cry. Others fell to their knees in prayer, all united by the oppression of complete and total helplessness. Government helicopters swarmed beneath the cloud like flies drawn to the stench of death. Another clip from a Nigerian cargo ship showed the cloud expanding, spilling outward in curling tendrils. Vast sections of dark mist swirled within the cloud, like black sand in clear water. The crew's final log simply read, "God has returned to us." That's sick.
Scary.
This is cool, man.
Yeah, it's good.
At 2:42 a.m., Dr. Finn stepped into the soundproof chamber to listen to the unfiltered live feed. She sat in the center of the small white room, strapped on the over-ear monitors, and listened. There it was. Thump, 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 thump. The drumming from the cloud. Clearer now, more spacious, more thoughtful. There were pauses between the beats. Pauses long enough to create the illusion it had stopped before it came again. She felt it deep in her ribcage, her heart sinking to the aerial phenomenon. The drumming had become a presence, not sound alone, but a tidal force pressing against earth. Every beat made her stomach lurch, as if something vast was stirring within the planet itself. Then it shifted. The sound broke free of rhythm, a single elongated groan, wet and guttural, poured from the cloud. Thank you. It rippled. It sounded just like that. It had to be there. It rippled across the atmosphere like thick, vicious... Fuck. It rippled across the atmosphere like thick, viscous liquid, sloshing into every crack or crevice it could find. Oh God, I can't get that right. Let's start this whole paragraph over. The sound broke free of rhythm. A single elongated groan, wet and guttural, poured from the cloud. It rippled across the atmosphere like thick, viscous liquid, sloshing into every crack or crevice it could find. The ground itself vibrating under the sonic pressure. It was enormous, impossible, something malignant, something so vast that its moan reshaped the sky. The pitch was almost beyond hearing, subsonic yet tortuously present, low, dragging, reverberating with the weight of mass she could not comprehend. The groan slithered and pulsed like the wet crack of muscle tearing, sinew stretching, a predator yawning across the heavens. Her chest heaved, her stomach twisted, her fingers tingled with the pressure of the sound. Her mind screamed against comprehension. The noise was alive, shapeless yet aware. It hung in the room like a storm that could devour everything, pausing only to let its presence sink further into her bones before dragging itself back into a wet, shuddering growl. She ripped the headphones off, trembling, sweat prickling across her skin. The chamber was silent, but not really. The sound lingered, imprinted on her ribs and skull, crawling through her blood.
Was that a voice?
The intern monitoring the signal turned to her, pale and crying.
No.
Dr. Finn whispered.
Hold on. She's not a man. No.
Dr. Finn whispered.
It wasn't a voice.
He swallowed.
Then what was it?
She stood slowly and left the room without speaking another word. The drumming resumed as normal. Project Cerebrus Vale, Field Journal entry. Dr. Myrid Finn, lead meteorologist, classified level Omega, day 2, 3:17 a.m. GMT. Sorry. Cloud remains stationary. Estimated diameter now exceeds 5,000 kilometers. Audio patterns continue. Rhythmic, biological, possibly vocal. Global symptoms reported: neurological disruption, auditory hallucinations, emotional volatility, mass hysteria. Thousands of casualties across different countries. Burst eardrums and internal hemorrhaging. Public unrest increasing. Governmental control deteriorating. A plan was initiated to obtain a visual of the sound's source. Jonas's team ran 3 LiDAR sweeps from orbit, from a U-2 spy plane, and from a modified weather balloon. Orbital scan. Returned no depth readings. Not 0, just nothing, as if it struck open air for 1,000 meters, then refused to return. Plane scan. Logged 1 frame of internal structure. Looked like bone. A moment later, the image glitched, reloaded, and showed a perfect sphere the size of a mountain, then static. Balloon feed. 20 minutes of telemetry before loss of signal. No, it's telemetry, isn't it?
Yo.
Balloon feed. 20 minutes of telemetry before loss of signal. Internal layers visible, fibrous, twitching. Final frame. A shape in the center, spindled, elongated. Symmetrical, but wrong. Our analysts ran it through edge detection software. The results were disturbing. It resembled a face, but only when you didn't look at it directly. A convergence of lines, folds, and textures that formed something odd. One technician collapsed during image review, said she felt like I could see her. I saw it too, just once. It didn't scare me. It just made me feel ashamed. We've locked the files. Project code. Cerebrus Vale. Access visual AI systems only. No human review permitted. Effective immediately. Personal note. Jonas agrees there's something in there. He's gone south into the dark. I don't know when I'll see him again. I think it's stretching. All right.
Well, what do you reckon that is?
That was a cool little blurb there, that journal entry. I feel like it had a lot of stuff in there.
Lots of juice. Lots of juice. It's her personal thoughts. It's what her personal observations. She is a professional meteorologist, so we can take what she's saying as the truth.
Yes.
She's the top of her field.
Yes.
Yes.
I liked the scans. What the one that says looked like bone.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't like that.
I liked they're basically like, this is a memetic hazard. Like, access visual AI systems only, no human review permitted.
Yeah.
Like, no more people can look at this. It's like the face of God.
Yeah, dude. And then I really liked... Yeah, I think that's kind of where it's going at the moment, at least to me, is that it's some kind of religious or something we would deem religious.
Yeah, like
has the same effect.
Yeah, taps into that part of our brain. Made her feel ashamed.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the idea that you can't see it unless you look away from it, kind of.
Yeah.
That's been done in other stuff, but I always like that. Yeah, cool. Very cool. So we're on to phase 3 now, which is called The Arms. Phase 3, The Arms. Dr. Finn jolted from her sleep, her phone vibrating on the steel table. She had passed out at her desk, overworked and exhausted. She grabbed her phone. The screen read Jonas, DAP.
Finn,
Jonas's voice came sharp, urgent.
are you seeing the latest readings?
Her pulse quickened. The cloud had been behaving differently. The drumming was heavier, more insistent. Thump, 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 thump.
I'm watching. It's intense, but nothing new yet.
Thump, 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 thump.
Intense?
His laugh was bitter.
Intense doesn't cover this. It's subsonic pulses. Every monitoring station on every continent, they're lying. I'm going to redo that.
No.
Intense doesn't cover this. The subsonic pulses, every monitoring station on every continent, they're aligning. The underside of the clouds, it's splitting along a straight vertical seam. The satellites caught it just before it closed again.
Dr. Finn frowned.
A seam?
Thump, 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 thump.
Like, it's preparing to open, and I don't mean metaphorically.
His voice dropped, urgent.
There's a pattern in the pulses. Rhythms building. I don't know how else to say it. The drumming? It's like a fucking heartbeat. How do we say her name?
Is that supposed to be your name?
Yeah.
Fucking heartbeat, Mary.
It's okay, cool.
It's misspelled, I think.
Myrid.
Myrid, yeah.
That's it. It's a fucking heartbeat, Myrid, and it's getting faster. You need to be ready. Something is happening. Whatever you do, don't go outside. Whatever happens next, it's not just a sound. It's alive.
Thump, 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 thump. She felt it in her chest before she could reply. A vibration deep in bone and blood, the wet resonance of something enormous stirring.
Jonas, stay calm. Lock yourself in. Go to the bunker now. The monitors are there. You can observe whatever you do. Just don't fucking step outside.
Then the line went dead. A heartbeat later, across the northern hemisphere, a vertical fracture tore through the sky like a wound. It widened with deliberate slowness. Layers of mist peeled back in fleshy folds. Shadows deepened, bending the space around it. A deafening, sticky squelch like tearing flesh echoed across the hemisphere. Behind it was a darkness that seemed to breathe, vast and unfathomable. A darkness that bent perception. No camera could capture it. No eye on the planet was built to perceive such a biblical event. Without tremor or trumpet, the cloud opened. What lay inside was not lightless, but unknowable. Some said it was a mouth. Some said it was a wound. And from it came the sound again, louder now, clearer. Something wet and vast and pulsing. Something impossible. Not breathing. Mawing. Across the world, people looked up in unison. Some screamed. Some dropped to their knees. Others stood still and watched, transfixed, as the first of the arms descended. Long, tapering limbs like serpents, oily, black and glistening, emerging from the wound in the sky in slow spirals. Some were miles long, others kilometers. They swam through the air like they were underwater, languid, elegant, hypnotic. Thousands of them, tens of thousands. They moved across the sky like a nest of worms, poured through a funnel, coiling, searching. One by one, the arms reached down to the earth, slithering through cities, across oceans, over fields. It didn't take long for the first to be taken. A man in Tokyo screamed as an arm squirmed its way around him. His fingers dug into the strange meat as the grip around his waist tightened, pulling him skyward. His cries split the morning air. In a European city, a young couple ran through the streets hand in hand. The woman tripped, an arm twisted around her ankle. Her boyfriend tried to pull her free, but the arm retracted, twisting her upward with such force that his hands tore away from hers. He fell on his back, begging, only for the arm to return for him, sorry. In a Venezuelan village, a mother was snatched from her courtyard. Her young daughter clung desperately to her leg, screaming for her mother to come back down. Her tiny hands gripped her mother's ankle in desperation to save her, but the child's fingers could not hold. They were ripped upward, hundreds of feet in a matter of seconds. Her mother's body ascended, twisting elegantly like a dancer in midair. But gravity did not forgive the child. She fell, limbs flailing, hair whipping across her face, colliding with the unforgiving earth. The sickening thump echoed across the village. Some were taken screaming, others laughed, lifted as if ascending into a dark ecstasy. Cultists, convinced of divine favor, threw themselves toward the putrid appendages, arms outstretched, their voices raised in hymns or chants of joy, begging for rapture. The arms took only a few of them with the same cold precision, pulling them upward as their ecstasy transformed into terror mid-flight. Across continents, people fought, clawed, resisted, but it was futile. Each arm performed the same ritual, one human at a time, spiraling upward toward the yawning darkness, then returning to the earth for its next selection. Cities became theaters of chaos, streets emptied in seconds. Traffic snarled and stalled. Windows rattled under the roar of thousands being drawn skyward as humanity unleashed below. Parents clawed for their children, children screamed for their parents. People tried to leap from balconies, bridges, and rooftops, only to be grabbed mid-fall, their last moments a tangled dance of limbs and terror. In remote fields, farmers and herders watched as the arms swept across the horizon, livestock scattered, terrified, the ground shaking underneath Livestock scattered, terrified, the ground shaking under the thrumming resonance of the arms. One farmer caught a glimpse of his wife being lifted, screaming, crying his name. He tried to run. The arm retracted, and she was gone, leaving him kneeling in mud, screaming into the indifferent sky. Over the first 12 hours, over 40 million were gone, more than the entire population of Canada. By 48 hours, estimates climbed past 90 million, entire nations devoured by the sky. Children, the elderly, the healthy, the sick, criminals, priests, lovers, the lost. The arms moved like a living tide, slow but inexorable, elegant in motion but grotesque in function. Each human was treated as a singular prize, twisted upward toward the infinite, process horrifyingly meticulous. Dr. Finn watched from the bunker as the monitors flared with the streams of abductions. Faces contorted in panic, joy, or disbelief. She could hear them through the cameras, screams and prayer that layered upon one another like a living symphony of terror. The arms paused briefly over cities, observing, coiling and uncoiling, their thick veins pulsate. They seemed to savor the fear. Then, with chilling patience, they selected again, dragging the living toward the maw. Over the 57 hours, the Northern Hemisphere emptied in a relentless, mechanical, almost ritualistic harvest. Every arm returned repeatedly to the sky's wound, each human plucked and lifted until the air was thick with echoes of terror and awe. By the final hour, Dr. Finn could only stare at the screens, numb. The arms paused at last, holding their harvests aloft for a long, silent moment as if counting, observing, savoring. Then they began the slow, deliberate retreat, one by one, carrying their captives toward the unknowable darkness that had given them form. Over 4 hours, the sky had closed and survivors emerged from false shelters. The world was left in silence. Only the sound of the drums remained. Thump thump, thump thump, thump thump.
Damn,
That was a big one.
That was huge. I said to myself in the middle, he's not going to make it.
I made it.
It's a lot of talking.
I did it.
That was crazy.
That was a wild description of the apocalypse, basically.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think this is like straight biblical? Do you think it's just something that mirrors that?
I think it mirrors that. I'm really curious to see. I think a lot. I don't know if the story's going to go into it, but I reckon in this world that like there's a lot. Well, I guess it says there's like people who cultists and stuff, or like this is biblical. Take me.
I mean, it's like literally the rapture and like a grotesque, like the whole biblical angel thing. That's played out these days, but
yeah,
kind of like that vibe. But like, if the rapture actually happened, what it would look like?
Yeah, like disgustingly horrifying.
Yeah, just
but it's not killing anybody; it's just taking them up. So
that we know of yet, at least.
Yeah. So it's spooky,
It's cool.
but it's not like it's not killing anybody yet.
Once again, I mean, it's a very global catastrophe, and it's a very big undertaking for the writer here. But I think it's playing it good. It's still not cheesy to me.
No, it's doing a good job.
That
and
whole
the writing's
description-
fucking sick.
Yeah, writing's really got good and well done and descriptive. And I think it needs to be if you're going to describe,
This
the
has
entire world being attacked by these giant coily worm.
It's
sky
also been
things.
done before though, so it's like you gotta do it right if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking apocalypse stuff, but this is written really, really nicely.
Yeah, we went into a lot of detail about like each section of the world and all the different types of people that are dying and their different reactions. I think that's definitely needed, and just passes flying colors again in my book. So
That's my boy, dude. He said a theater of chaos, and I
Yeah.
said, get this man an Oscar.
yeah, give him a Grammy.
Give him a Grammy.
Give him
It's just good.
I don't know. Give him a Pulitzer. I don't know. Give him an upvote.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to the story here. We just finished a long blurb about the apocalypse, basically. Now we're back to a case file here. Project Cerberus Vale, Field Journal Entry. Dr. Myrid Finn, Lead Meteorologist, Classified Level Omega, Day 3, 11:11 p.m. Angel numbers.
Talk about. I bet, dude. Honestly,
Yeah.
100% intentional.
I mean, come on.
Hey, is that foreshadowing, or is that
Oh.
is that a subtle nod
Is this about angels?
at those who know the truth?
Yeah. I tip my cap to you, sir. I also know. Okay. The formation opened an aperture. Estimated diameter is 3,000 kilometers across. Arms, tongues emerged. Thousands. Movement suggests intelligence, not random. Selection appears non-biological. We can't predict it. I watched them be taken. God forgive me. We tried everything. Interference, signal jamming, sonic weapons. Russia sent a nuke. To hell with the aftermath of that. It didn't go off. It was just swallowed by the cloud. The arms are not affected. The world is hollow. The monitors lie dead. Their screens frozen with faces I will never forget. Even the saved recordings fail to convey the scale of what happened. The arms, the screams, the silence that followed. Entire populations taken with the precision of a surgeon, the cruelty of a predator, and the indifference of an animal. 90 million more. Perhaps 100 million. I can't be certain. The northern hemisphere is a graveyard with no corpses, and yet the sky is calm. Deceptively calm. The wound is closed. The drum, it continues. Always beneath everything, a low, insistent pulse that will not be ignored. Personal note. I don't know what to do next. Every theory, every model, every calculation is meaningless against this. We are observers of an event. We are its remnants. Survivors only in a technical sense. In every other way, we are gone. There is nothing to fight, nothing to flee, only to record, only to bear witness. And I will, till the end. What else is there to do? Phase 4. The Belch. 1 month and 14 days passed. No arms, no movement from the sky. The cloud remained, hanging impossibly still above the Atlantic like a wound that refused to heal. Most nations had abandoned any attempt to engage with it. Some still broadcast official statements, hollow robotic reassurances, but nobody listened. The world had been held in place, breathless, afraid to look up, held hostage by our new god. Cities went dark, markets crashed, faiths fractured, people starved, millions gathered in open fields begging to be taken. Millions took their own lives in the face of the inevitable. Others locked their doors and prayed to be forgotten. Dr. Myrid Finn stayed. She slept inside the bunker beneath the North Strand Climate Facility. She hadn't left in weeks. The others were gone, some taken when the arms descended, some fled, some too broken to continue. She kept her notes, her logs, her rituals of data and control, but every day it grew harder to believe that any of it mattered. Finn's console cracked to life at 3:58 a.m. GMT. The signal was faint, washed in static, but the voice on the other end was unmistakable.
Finn,
Jonas said, quick and hushed, like he was afraid the sound itself might carry.
tell me you're awake. I'm awake.
Her voice was brittle. The syllables clipped. She had been awake for days.
What is it? I've been tracking something.
He said.
Pressure readings from the South Atlantic. Oh, God. Pressure readings from the South Atlantic buoy network. They're tanking. Not a storm. Not a current shift. It's like the air itself, it's leaking. You've said that before. This is different.
Sorry, his breathing was uneven, shaky.
The drop isn't local. It's global. Everything is bleeding towards the cloud. Not winds. Everything. It's pulling like it's...
He stopped himself, then said it anyway.
Like it's inhaling.
Finn exhaled through her nose.
Fuck. That's all I could get. We don't know that's what it's doing. I do know.
Jonas shot back, voice tightening.
It's hungry. And it's been patient, but...
A low laugh broke out that wasn't joy.
Christ, I can't believe we're still pretending it's about data. This is about survival, Jonas.
She said, doubting her own words.
Is it?
Jonas snapped. There was a pause before he spoke again.
We're all dead anyway. It's just a matter of time before it gets hungry again. When it does...
He trailed off, static filling the gap.
You've seen the fields. You've seen the ones begging for it to take them. It's not living. Meat waiting to be... Oh, fuck. You've seen the fields. You've seen the ones begging for it to take them. It's not living. It's meat waiting to be picked up. Stop. Why?
His voice cracked.
You want the truth, Myrid? There's no stopping it. There's no bargaining. We're not even ants to it. Ants get noticed before they're stepped on. This thing...
He stopped abruptly. The next sound. A sharp hiss in the line.
Jonas?
Silence. She waited another 3 seconds, then set the receiver down, her fingers trembling against the console. She clasped her hands together, lowered her head, and for the first time in her life, she began to pray. She waited. Nothing. At exactly 4:17 a.m. GMT, 1 month and 14 days since the cloud arrived, the sky opened again. No warning, no signal, just a sudden shifting of the cloud's center, folds drawing back, parting like lips peeled open by invisible hands. The drumming was constant, but this time something new came. The sound began low, wet, rolling, like a cauldron of bile tipping somewhere beyond the stratosphere. The pressure dropped, the wind died. Then came a vast guttural exhalation that seemed to surge from the planet's core and shatter the sky above. A noise like the entire sky dry heaving, viscous and phlegm-soaked. The kind of sound that makes the stomach knot before the ears understand. A single cataclysmic guttural bellow that cracked windows on every continent and shattered the upper atmosphere. The ground shook, tides recoiled, and birds fell from the sky. It wasn't just sound, it was force. A pressure wave of wet breath and raw heat, like an open furnace filled with rotting flesh. It swept the globe within minutes. People clutched their heads and screamed as their ears bled. Animals bolted and dropped dead mid-run. Birds fell in flocks. Machines died. Satellites blinked out. Those at the epicenter could only scream as the force burst them into nothingness. And the smell. A stench so vast, so cellular, it soaked through walls. It crawled into lungs and stayed there, a taste of spoiled meat and copper. People vomited. Others tore at their flesh, trying to escape it. Most were dead in seconds. And then came the blood. From deep within the beast, beyond the gauze and folds of mist, something ruptured. A pressure valve? A gullet? A wound? No one knows. A tidal wave of thick, arterial blood expelled with such volume and speed that it felt like monsoon rain over half the globe. Red soaked the ocean and rivers. Red splashed across rooftops and deserts and jungles. Half the earth painted in blood. It steamed where it landed, hot and thick, and it reeked of iron and something sweet, something wrong. Some said they heard whispers in the rain. The clouds peeled back, and for the first and only time, the being was seen. Truly seen. For exactly 93 seconds, the sky was clear. Not in fragments. Not distorted. I said distorted. Not in fragments. Not distorted. It filled the sky. It was the sky. Its shape defied thought, impossibly symmetrical, yet shifting as though the universe itself was trying and failing to remember it. Its surface was a chaos of textures, pinkish-gray membranes that pulsed with a rhythm older than time, bone plate ridges spiraling in geometries our minds could not hold, and spindled nerves that writhed like lightning frozen mid-strike. That was cool.
This is amazing.
Its surface was a chaos of textures, pinkish gray. That's awesome. Each wrinkle, each twitch seemed to hum with awareness, as if the cosmos itself had been stitched into its flesh. Its face, or what passed for one, stared down through a million lidless, goat-like eyes. Some were as vast as mountains. Some flickered like dying stars. All simultaneously seeing and knowing. Our thoughts recoiled, our vision trembled, and yet we could not look away. And then it did something impossible. It smiled. No teeth, no lips, no gesture that humans could recognize, just a slow, dreadful unfurling of facial tissue, an imitation of something it had only ever observed in our species, a suggestion of amusement aimed at the futility of existence. The motion folded in on itself, in ways that should have torn it apart, yet held. We felt it not just in our eyes, but in our blood, in our marrow, in the corners of thought we didn't know existed. And then the sky swallowed itself once more. But the memory lingered. Shapes impossible to describe etched themselves into our minds. Geometry that should not exist haunted our dreams, and the faint, impossible smile echoed in every shadow we ever crossed again. Silence fell. Not peace, but silence. And then, nothing. No arms, no sound. Just the repetition of fear felt through the drum of the cloud. The wind returning at last, The stench never faded, never fully gone. The red rain soaked into everything. No government spoke publicly again after that. People stopped going outside. Entire towns were found empty, dead. Others worshipped. Others killed themselves. The world waited.
God.
Another one.
Another one. Hit me with another one.
Big old bulk. So that was like
Unbelievable.
the thing in the sky, whatever it is, threw up all the people it had devoured.
I don't know.
That's what I was kind of getting from that, at least. And then it showed everyone itself and then smiled, but like not an actual smile.
It was like they
a-
conceptually understood it as a smile,
yeah.
but it wasn't one.
Yeah, exactly. And then, wow.
I don't know. Is it the blood from all the people it took up? Or is it just like it can do anything because it's a god and it's like
Yeah.
we can't even understand why it would do that, but there is a reason, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
I'm still like debating in my mind on whether this is like literally God or if it's just some kind of higher being that we would see as God.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of it literally being God and being like a
I'm back.
Judgment Day kind of thing. you
Yeah.
know?
I think this is incredible. This is really, really great writing.
Yeah. It's very immersive.
I'm in it. I forget. I am freezing.
Yeah. I'm freezing to death, but my brain is here.
In the middle of the paragraphs, for a second I forgot I was freezing. Now
Yeah.
I'm cold again.
So that's a huge compliment. If you can read this in the freezing cold and you forget about it,
I was just sucked in. That was so cool.
that's how you know it's a good one. Project Cerberus Veil. I feel like I say that different every time.
Cerberus.
Cerberus. Oh, it's Cerberus. Fuck. I've been saying Cerberus.
Cerberus.
Project Cerberus Veil. Field journal entry. Dr. Myrid Finn. Come on.
Lead meatologist.
It's the frostbite. Lead meteorologist. Dr. Myrid Finn, lead meteorologist, classified, level Omega, day 45, 7:02 a.m. GMT. It belched. I don't know how else to describe it. It expelled something vast and foul into our atmosphere. Not an attack, not a gesture of dominance, a function, a bodily function, like it forgot we were here. The sound I cannot put into words. I felt it in the roots of my teeth, in the gaps between cells. It broke something in the sky, and the smell. The smell is still here, clinging to the vents, to my skin. It soaked its way into the bunker. The blood is everywhere. We've confirmed it's organic. Human and something else. Ooh. For 93 seconds, it let us see it. I don't think we were supposed to. I don't think it cares. I haven't slept since. I don't believe anyone is left to read this, but I'm still writing. There's no scientific language left for what's happening. This is not an anomaly. This is a presence. This is an extinction event.
God, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, it was regurgitating human blood then,
Yeah.
I guess, if you're going with her is what it's... And there's kind of like some conflicting stuff I've noticed, like the way the previous big block of narration was written kind of made it seem like it was very much an intentional thing. Almost as if it was written by the entity itself.
What?
Just like the previous blurb before the journal entry, where it's talking about how it belched and blood went everywhere and it smiled. I
Yeah.
feel like the way that was written, it kind of was more made it seem like it was an intentional act, whereas her journal entry says the opposite. But I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deeply into it. But I like her interpretation of that. That was just like a bodily function, it throwing up into the world.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like you see something like that and you're like, how can... It's like those people who are like, what's it called? It's got a name. The Christians who are like, look around. Do you see how infinitely complex everything is? How could it not be intentional? And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's like
Mhm.
you see everything that's happened. There's a cloud. It splits open, and then it's just like bleh, it's just fucking blood.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like you think,
Like humans trying to assign human concepts to something. that
yeah, it's
Does
like
not
God
abide to
meaning.
that.
But then she's like a meteorologist, maybe kind of like
Yeah,
a
very-
scientist.
very analytical.
She's just data. She's like, it's not whatever she said. It's not an anomaly.
Yeah.
It's a presence.
Yeah. All right, cool. Phase 5, Afterbirth. It began to harden. Not all at once, but gradually, day by day, as the blood congealed under the heat and rain. The bright red stains that had covered oceans, cities, forests, darkened, thickened with reddish clots. Then it began to bond. What had first been described as organic blood now revealed itself to be something more, a precursor, a fluid waiting to become. And that's cool.
Prometheus.
So the blood is becoming like its own like version. Do you think that's how it like reproduces,
I don't know.
or something, or it's replicating itself?
Or maybe it is God, and all this is about to. It's Noah's Ark,
Yeah, but it's blood.
but it's blood. He's like,
Split the Red Sea.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Bible moment.
Bible moment, another Christian moment on this podcast. But maybe it's like Prometheus, like in the movie.
I've not seen Prometheus.
There's like a alien species, and there's like one it's they invented humanity. He like, what is he like breaks a vial or like, and then puts a piece of his blood in it, or I don't really remember, but like he like one of these aliens seeds life on an entire planet by using up his body. He like drinks a vial or fucking something like that. He turns into like goo, and then
pretty
it's
cool.
like that's where humans came from, if I'm not wrong.
That's
I haven't
actually
seen that in a
cool.
long time.
That's a cool concept. I know Prometheus is kind of a hit or miss for a lot of people.
It's not, honestly, it's not that bad. It
I've
sucks.
heard people
but
say
it
it's the
doesn't suck.
best boring movie, or it's like best bad movie ever made.
It's a really good bad movie. Yeah, it's a great bad movie.
All right, cool. All right, so where were we? So all the blood's kind of like starting to become something
Yeah,
different. On the 15th day after the belch, the first major surface scan from what remained of the LEO satellites returned images of a continuous sheet forming across the Atlantic basin. Fibrous, pale, rigid in places, like cooled wax spread over the surface of the Earth. At first, it seemed like sediment or ice, but it flexed. Beneath solar radiation, it tightened. Beneath lunar light, it swelled. Seismic equipment registered subtle movement, microscopic contractions, as if breathing through the crust. The red had become pink-gray. Pink-gray was becoming skin. A skin that now stretched, uninterrupted, from Portugal to the eastern edge of the Caribbean. The scientists who remained debated this transformation in hushed, mechanical tones. No conclusions were reached. There was no baseline, no comparative models. But Dr. Myrid Finn understood. This was not an invasion. This was not a divine punishment. This was gestation. Earth, or what remained of it, was being blanketed in something alive, not absorbed, not consumed, prepared. And then, at 8:46 p.m. GMT, on the 46th day, the cloud moved. It shifted without sound, without storm, without effort. Not blown, not carried, not pulled by gravity. It simply drifted, as if an unseen cord had been cut, as if the process in the west had reached some threshold. It took 6 hours to traverse the ocean. 6 hours of silence. People in Asia and Australia watched it approach, spiraling gauze blotting out the sky as if it was swallowing it whole. They had seen the videos. They knew what would come. Still, they watched. Some hoped it would pass. It didn't. At 2:17 local time, the clouds settled above the Indian Ocean. The sky began to open again, and the arms began their terrible descent. Project Cerberus Vale. Field Journal entry. Dr. Myra Finn, lead meteorologist, classified level Omega, day 46, 11:44 p.m. GMT, Cerberus Vale. Final transmission. The blood is not inert. It is a matrix, a forming tissue, something between placenta and a cocoon, still soft in parts but solidifying. Already 3/4 of the Atlantic Sea floor is covered in a single sheet. Our instruments can't pierce it. It's warm, it pulses every 7 minutes, it is alive. The cloud has moved to the Indian Ocean. Initial signs suggest the process is starting again. The same pattern, same altitude, same shape, same silence. I believe this is reproductive behavior. A life cycle. This thing, or system, or entity is using the atmosphere to sow itself. It does not see us, it does not hear us, it does not need us. We were not chosen, we were not rejected. We were incidentally present. What we thought was an anomaly was a phase, a part of something older, larger, maybe 1,000,000 years old, maybe eternal. It doesn't matter. What matters is what's being left behind. A blanket, a membrane, a womb stretched across the earth. There is no rescue coming. There is no top of the food chain. There is only the shape behind the clouds and what it leaves in its wake. I'm writing this from a world already half covered in skin, already half dead. Tomorrow, I will step outside and feel it for myself. I want to know if it responds. I want to know if it knows I'm here. In log. Phase 6. Final breath. Alright.
That's crazy. The
Yeah.
last bit, I think.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's just straight up some kind of crazy organism from somewhere else that this is what it does. It just consumes
It's like maybe it's...
planets and...
I want to see how this ends, because it's like maybe it's done this before, and
Yeah.
it lets humans like propagate and needs us or whatever.
It just keeps coming back to Earth.
Every however million
Maybe that's what
years.
formed religion and everything, you know?
That and what made humans. I'm curious. Or it's like it just happened to drift here, saw an atmosphere, saw some creatures it could use the blood of, and was like, let me get on that.
Yeah,
I'm on that.
I'm all over that. Oh, he's like licking his licking his lips and everything. Like,
He's like, I see you, baby girl.
Yeah, I see
all
you
my
over
baby
there.
girls out there.
I see you got a complex atmosphere. I'm about to devour you.
I am bricked up in the cosmos right now.
I've got a cosmic boner about 25 light years long. Okay, phase 6. Final breath. All right, I'm freezing.
Yeah.
The surface of the planet is no longer visible. A thick... Stop, bro. You need to stop
Did you
eavesdropping.
hear what it said?
No, what did you say?
Oh, I don't know. I was giving like a measurement for something we were just talking about.
God, dude. I've been activating her all night. I hope I haven't been doing it the whole time. Like, I haven't been hearing her.
No, I don't think.
But this chair keeps bumping it. The surface of the planet is no longer visible. A thick, swirling fog blankets every inhospitable continent, every ocean, rising miles into the sky. It doesn't move with the wind. It ignores the weather. It simply clings, dense, luminous, and unnaturally still. Satellite feeds, what few remain, show the same impossible formations above Earth's surface. Layered mist, spiraling but unmoving. No rotation, no eye, just folds. Just gauze, stacked and suspended. Jonas no longer checks the time. He hasn't for days. His oxygen mask hisses its final shallow breaths, each one thinner than the last. The generators have gone silent. The lights burn only in intermittent flickers, casting the facility in a pulse of dim, ghost-like hues. Every room is empty. Everyone else is dead. Jonas lies flat on the cold concrete floor, cheek pressed against it, one hand spread wide as if to hold the earth steady. His lips move, forming soundless words, but he stops. He doesn't need words. He only needs to listen. Thump, 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 thump. A heartbeat. It was in the cloud. It was in the sky. Now it's here, beneath his bones, inside the crust, deep in the dark belly of the world. Jonas let out a broken laugh that cracked into a sob. His eyes glisten, unfocused, staring at the ceiling as if he could see through it to the sky above.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's
Okay.
been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta pretend like I'm half dead. There are two of them now.
Is that what you'd sound like if you were half dead?
Yeah, but then I read he whispers.
He whispers.
There are two of them now.
He whispers, barely audible. The fog outside pulses with a faint internal light, not lightning, not fire, something vascular, something alive. His throat tightens, his chest is heavy. The hiss of his mask is a thin trickle of air, barely enough to maintain hope. He pulls it away, lets it fall beside him. The silence rushes in. He smiles, weak and delirious. Fuck, what the fuck was that? He smiles, weak and delirious, teeth streaked with blood from biting his tongue raw in his sleep.
We were the womb.
Jonas had never been a religious man. He used to scoff at prayer, at ritual. But now, on the floor of a dying world, the last man standing, a gun trembling in his hand, he mouths the words anyway. Fragments of hymns, half-remembered psalms, apologies to no one. He turns the gun on himself, comforted by the realization it will all be over soon. The fog above glows brighter, its folds pulsing with rhythm, like veins, like lungs. Jonas closes his eyes, the weight of suffocation pressing him into the floor. His last thought is not of escape, not of resistance, only awe. Far beyond Earth, in the silence of space, the first cloud drifts on, searching for the next world. The Earth exhales its final breath and becomes something new. And that was There's Drumming in the Clouds by Pitiful Scream 97. Incredible job, my
Dude,
friend.
that was awesome.
That was incredible.
We'll be right back.
Han Solo is great and all, but don't you think he's missing a little something? He's got that cool blaster and the big hair, but he's just not good enough. Well, don't worry, 'cause we've read your minds. We're painting that sucker green. That's right, kids. You asked and we answered. Here at the undisclosed facility, we take great pride in our paint jobs, and rest assured, an artist touches each individual figurine in their own unique way. So call us up at 1-800-GREEN HAN SOLO, yeah! If you call right now, heck, we'll throw on an extra layer of paint for you. But wait, if you call right now, we'll give you green paint. Incredible. Green Han Solo. He's green and he's solo. Now available for a limited time only, batteries not included.
That was pitiful, honestly.
Truly screaming. Truly screaming.
What a
97
what a
times.
bummer
Yeah, fuck.
for the whole world.
That was
my,
awesome.
My lord. Yeah, that was incredible. I really
that was
liked
so
that.
well written.
Very well written. Just devastatingly detailed.
Yeah.
Really dragged you through each stage of extinction for the world. I feel like it had a nice little fun balance. Kept you guessing throughout, you know, like we were constantly being like, is this like a religious thing or is it just mimicking that kind of
Random cosmic horror entity, or is it like actually a religious figure?
But I think it might even be a little bit of hand in hand right there. At least to me, I like the idea of there's this being that comes every extinction event cycle, you know?
Yeah.
Every time there's been like a major extinction in the world, and it comes and it destroys everything, kills everybody, and by the time it's through and it spreads its organs and tissue and everything across the world and basically envelops the entire planet, it basically erases the whole planet and all history from the surface, and then once it leaves, it's back into space, and then the world begins anew. And it kind of says that at the end. It says
something different.
The Earth, what was it? The Earth exhales its final breath and becomes something new. Yeah,
pretty sick.
I kind of like that idea myself. Of this is just every 40 million years. I don't know, when are extinction events? There's been a few throughout history.
I like to, just I don't know. I'm thinking about it. To me, I love that theory, but it's like I don't think that's what this is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not every so many years. They just like happen because of like whatever the fuck, you know.
What's your interpretation of everything?
She said, Myra said, which I like. She's like, fuck all this. It's who knows. It's an anomaly. I like that. It just like we're going about our lives. And then I think it said 47 days within like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Just the most obscure, random, unfathomable thing just happens and it just fucking ends everything. Like we're everything's normal like it is now, and then it's just fucking over.
Yeah.
And like there's no reason for it. There's no cosmic justice. It just like is something that happens. And you bear witness to it, or you die by it. But eventually you're going to die by it. There's nothing. It's just is something that happened, and it's super fucked up.
Nihilistic take, I see.
But it's not even like fucked up. It just like is.
It just is.
Yeah.
There's no emotion attached. It's just...
In terms of like the universe, right? Like...
It's just a predator-prey situation. No, it's strictly business.
It's like a cog in the universe. Like...
Yeah.
It's just this thing that happens...
Scheduled maintenance.
Basic, that's terrifying too. That's actually so scary.
Yeah, I believe all that, but I like to throw in the little addition that it happens every
I like
so
that
often.
A lot. I love that. Yeah.
So where it doesn't really matter that there's humans or whatever. It just comes back to Earth because it's one of the it's just one of the planets on its checklist, or maybe it just keeps going back here because it's a constant food source.
Oh, it's like a salmon.
Yeah.
It like goes back to where it was born. Yeah.
And it keeps coming back.
Gives birth and fucking gets eaten by a bear.
Yeah.
Something bigger than
Except it envelops the entire planet, which is like a form of reproduction or recreation or rebirth. And then it goes back out into the cosmos. And the people on Earth, maybe they pass down stories or whatever. There's maybe like one survivor, or there's evidence of some grand extinction, and it was this thing, and maybe along the way it created religion or created whatever. I love stuff like that, where altered history ideas.
Super sick.
So my brain always like gravitates if a story gives me any kind of like bones for that,
I'm taking it.
I'm gonna take it and run with it.
I like,
but I'm down with the nihilistic view too, where it's something that the universe, it just happens. It's this thing that comes, and that's it. There's nothing else to it.
I like exploring multiple perspectives. I think the it is just something is what the author wanted, but like you said, anytime I can get my hands on just some altered history,
Yeah.
awesome. Like I'm thinking about checking out the Monument Mythos thing. I just love altered history. So sick.
I mean, it's such a cool genre. I've been trying to dabble in it myself and in my writing, and I think it's just a fun space to dance in as a writer.
Yeah.
And but the cool part about this story is that it's good enough to where you can debate or have different takes from it. There's a whole take where you could see this as a religious thing all the way through, and it gives you plenty of ammo for that.
You're allowed to.
Yeah.
Mm.
It gives you plenty of I don't know, like a foundation to form like a theory on that front too, that like this is a god or a biblically accurate angel or whatever. And this is
with the eyes and all that.
This is the judgment day or the rapture, whatever. I think it gives you a lot to chew on, and multiple different schools of thought can like make their own theory, which is to me a sign of an excellent story.
Yeah.
And just want to say thank you for making it this far. And once again, that was Pitiful Scream 97. And the story was, of course, There's Drumming in the Clouds. You better know that by now. Check them out on Reddit. They seem to be, I'm looking right now, they seem to be relatively active.
ThumpThump.
This is actually, seems to be their most recent post 3 months ago.
ThumpThump.
But they seem to have some other stories.
Yeah, we should check some of those out because this was really nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. It was so good. I forgot I was dying.
Yeah. And I'm looking here now, actually. I think, let's see.
I think we could read a few more tonight. I think.
We will probably die in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
honestly, at this
losing
point.
it.
We've got to tear all this down too. What you don't see, there's no one else here. It's us. We do all this.
We live in the forest.
Yeah, alone. We don't have a technology or anything. We built these computers. Yeah, he's got a lot of other cool sounding stories. 1,000 Morning People.
No, that's cool.
I sleep with my window closed now. There's Drumming in the Clouds is actually lower. None of these have like a ton of reception. They're all
really?
highest one I'm seeing right now is 148 upvotes.
What?
Just criminal. So
man, this is good. Yeah.
glad we've stumbled across this new upcoming writer. He's only got 1,000 karma on Reddit. So please go check Pitiful Scream out. Read their stuff. Appreciate it. Upvote it. Share it around. And if you made it to the end of this show, just want to say thank you very much for watching us freeze to death. I think we won't make it much longer.
Our fire just went out.
Our fire literally, like, it just, like, didn't it?
Yeah.
It just, like, poofed out. The fire has died, and we're still here standing. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, this was a great one. We're super hype about this, and we've got a ton of other heavy hitters and probably some silly ones, too, that we'll just throw in as we go. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, do all that shit. And give us critique if you want. Give us feedback. What would you want to see more of? What you like or dislike about everything we're doing here. We're brand new. We just want to learn how to do this better and be better for you guys. And also, I had something else to say. If you have any stories you want us to read, we are always game for that. We have a pretty good list at the moment, but we are always taking new ones because we want to take this into infinity and beyond, baby.
That's right, Buzz Lightyear shit.
No maximum
On God.
episodes. On God. On bejesus. So, we're going to get out of here and start warming up because that sounds so nice right now.
Yeah, it does.
But thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we love you. We love you. We love you.
We love you.
We love you. We love you.
We love you.
We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Oh, I didn't see you there. We love you.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, I actually love
Oh,
you.
wow.
Oh,
I love you.
oh, I love you. Oh, that's weird. That's funny. I actually love you.
Oh.